Hey, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Salutations, peace, and blessings. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatham to all the sincere believers listening and learning. The Aki Benakwa Tabernacle of David, keeping the faith of our Lord Yahweh Shai until we're delivered. So I want to touch on this People's Voice article right here. And the title is Bill Gates Caught Telling Inner Circle Global Famine Will Make Elites Godlike. And we know, pursuing to Esau Edom, that he has a God complex. He is seeking to be like the Most High. That's his inward desire. And you've had these devils at the WEF, especially Noah Yuval Harari, come out and say that we are gods, and if you stop us from being gods, then we're gonna stop you, basically delete you. So Esau Edom, he has a God complex. He desires to be like the Most High. All right. And so the things that he's bringing on the earth, controlling the food, controlling what you think, what you can say, where you're able to go. Pretty much Esau, he wants to be omnipresent and omnipotent. All right. This is the man of sin. He opposes and exalt himself above all that is called Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So he is being revealed in this time, no doubt about it. Globalist billionaire Bill Gates has been caught telling his inner circle that a devastating global famine is the next step in the elite's indomitable march towards total global domination. And what these devils got going on right now. Right now, they're manufacturing a famine. They putting farmers out of work, cutting subsidies out. This bird flu situation that's going on. They're culling millions of chickens, telling farmers to destroy their crops. So all these things are a precursor to a famine. They're cutting off supply lines, destroying infrastructure. Understand? So this is a manufactured famine that's being set up. But ultimately, Yahweh Shai told us that we would see famine in the last days. These things were already prophesied to come, but Esau, he's the vessel being used to bring these things about. Because he is the left hand. He is the sword of the Lord. So it's no wonder these things are coming forth in this time right now. This is all the will of the Lord. All right. But yeah, they talking about this global famine. So it ain't just going to be in America. It ain't just going to be in Europe. It's going to be worldwide, global. And this is ultimately to do what? To get people to bow the knee, to get them to basically comply with the NWO agenda. This is exactly what these devils are setting up. And ultimately, for you to take the MOTB, to side with Satan. All right? And who's bringing this about? The man of sin, Esau Edom. Okay? Look no further. Reading on. The 500 million souls left, which what does that go into? That goes into the Georgia Guidestones, which they've now destroyed, which on those Guidestones it said maintain humanity at or below 500 million. Because why? If you drastically decrease the population of the planet, you're going to have less pushback. You're going to be able to have more control. The people will be more subservient, and you can pretty much do what you want to do. You're going to have less resistance. As it is right now, the earth has 8 billion people. So they trying to knock off 95% of the earth's population and leave a very small number left that they can easily control. All right. Yeah, the 5 million souls left on earth following the great depop will not only be easily controlled according to the gates of hell, they will also yearn for the level of control that the elites can currently only dream about. With total control of the food supply, farmland, seed banks, and genetically modified soil microbes. Oh, speaking of that farmland, right? Bill Gates, over the past few years, He's been he's become the #1 owner of U.S. farmland, by far. And how have they done this? Quietly behind the scenes, they've been knocking off farmers, forcing them to sell, all right? And they've also been seizing land, burning up land as well, so they can go in and grab it and seize control of it. These are the tactics that the devil uses to meet his ends, all right? Farmland, seed banks, and genetically modified soil microbes. Gates has positioned himself to carry out a false flag worse than 911. So what could that be? A false flag worse than 911, a false flag worse than the CV-19. Listen, we've been telling you that the devil, he got something up his sleeve. And we are in those times, man, where things about to really come down. In Revelation 12:12, it tells you the devil coming down with great wrath, for he know that he has but a short time. This devil know he got a short time. He sees that the elect are waking up. He sees that the Most High is bringing forth judgment. He's being exposed on a mass level. So he understands that now is the time to come full force with this agenda. They not about to play around no more. Because there was a time where these things were just conversation. These were ideas. Right now, these things are becoming reality, and these devils is making it happen. All right. But yeah, look, they talking about a false flag worse than 911. They've been talking about the disease X and the bird flu, and as a matter of fact, they got a juice now for the bird flu. So we know that they're gonna push that heavy. Esau the goddamn devil, man. Hunger is a problem that can be weaponized. According to Bill Gates, who boasts that through the use of data, patenting, and genetic engineering, he can successfully seize control over everything from seeds to food animals to microbes in the soil to the processes we use to make food. Gates hates trees, soil, and sunshine, and local food cultures and traditional diets will disappear as food production moves indoor to labs that cultivate fake meat and ultra-processed foods for mass consumption. And once again, this shows you who the devil is. This shows you who the man of sin is, because he's adverse. All right? The Most High set up everything on the earth to work in its proper order and to replenish itself. Right? But here comes the devil. His thing is to know, I don't want life to flourish on the earth. No, I don't want men and women to come together to procreate so that there can be more life. I want to destroy millions of bees. You see? This is the adversary, man. This is the devil. And each day that goes by, you just see it more and more. Like, he can't hide himself no more. The hidden things of Esau are now being brought to the forefront. He can't deny that he's the devil. You see? He can't deny it. All of the works that you're performing show and prove that you are. But it gets even worse. This anti-life eugenicist is on record making predictions for the number of people he expects to be plunged into starvation by the time the elites win their war against farmers, eliminate the food supply, and achieve their Agenda 2030 goals. All right, so we can that's all we can get out of that. Y'all get the point, But this is what these devils is coming down with, man. Some very draconian, unrighteous decrees, that are gonna delete millions of people, which this has always been the goal, But now people, this is common knowledge now, and guess what? They don't give a damn. They don't care that people know this is what they got going on, because what is the average person going to do about it? You can't do it. You can't do nothing. All you can do is be mad, protest. You're gonna have some people pick up arms, but even that's not gonna work, because that was prophesied as well, that there would be seditions among men. All right, it was prophesied, Daniel in that vision, that the last beast to rule, which is the kingdom of the Edomites, the Roman Empire, that it will be partly strong and partly broken. It's strong in terms of the military might. You know, even at one point it was strong due to the economy. But now we're seeing that partly broken is showing itself more and more, because you have all this division. And the next article that we'll get into is going to show you just that this beast system is divided, and that ultimately a kingdom divided can't stand. But nonetheless, all these things must happen. You know what I'm saying? All these things must happen according to biblical prophecy, because the Lord said it. You know? And the prophets are here to tell you what's going to happen before it happens, and to repent. Because we're not in a time where you should have the mindset of, I got all this time to get right with the Most High. Nah, like, the time is right now. You need to have a very urgent spirit about you to get right with Yahweh Bashim Shai, because the time is short. Time is very short. These things that these devils are bringing, it's going to be at your doorstep before you know it. So you got to know where you stand right now, right? Let's go to Proverbs 29 and 22. An angry man stirreth up strife. And who is that angry man? Well, this devil. You see, Esau Edom is that angry man. You know? The scriptures say, y'all gotta forgive me. Like, I'm super tired right now. Like, the scripture was just there in my mind, but it slipped. Where it says that the dragon was wroth, and that dragon is Esau. You know, that he was wroth with the woman, the 12 tribes. That goes into that Revelation 12 as well. You know, Esau is mad. He's upset because he sees that his power is slipping away from him. You see, back in the days, Esau didn't have to do all this draconian shit that he's doing now, because he had the power. You know, you only start getting to do what he's doing now because you're losing your power, and you see that, right? This is a desperate attempt to hold on to power. This is a desperate attempt to what? To gain the birthright. This is what all this NWO is really about, for these devils to get the birthright. You see? But it ain't gonna work, Esau. It ain't gonna work. The birthright was never yours to begin with. You see? But nonetheless, Esau gotta play his part. You know? Because all this is being done to fulfill the words of Yahweh Bashim Shai, because the Most High is not a man that he should lie. So these things must happen. You know, you gotta understand that, right? Stirreth up strife, and a furious man aboundeth in transgression. Let's go into transgression. What is transgression? Transgression is an offense, an infringement, an act that goes against a law, rule, or code of conduct. An offense. So who's the prime transgressor on the planet Earth? Who's the man of sin? Sin is what? Transgression of the law. All the things that he's doing is against the laws of the Most High. It's against creation. Because the Most High, when he made the creation, he set certain laws up. This is why the moon has a certain cycle. This is why the oceans have a certain cycle. The tides come in at a certain time and they go down at a certain time. The seasons, all of these things have law and order. And who set these things up? Yahweh Bashim Shai. But who came to disrupt that order? It's the adversary. It's the adversary, the devil. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, starting with the elites, the Amalekites, those small hat people. All right. So this furious and angry man that rules over the planet Earth. Also, the scripture that says, is this he who smote the nations in wrath with a continual stroke? That's talking about Esau. That angry and furious man. This is what's talking about, man. But you see, Esau's whole thing is transgressing against the Heavenly Father. That's his MO. That's what he was set up to do. Hence being the adversary, right? Let's go to Psalms 37 and 7. It says, rest in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way. Yeah, right now, it seems like the devil, he's prospering in his way. It seems like he's getting away with murder and nothing is going to happen to him, right? But there's a judgment prescribed for what the devil is doing. See, but again, he's only allowed to do these things because it's fulfilling biblical prophecy. All right? Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. And who is this man that's bringing wicked devices to pass? It's Esau. All right? And he's doing this thing all over the earth. That's why it says in the article, this is going to be a global famine. It's not going to be relegated to just one place. This is going to be all over the earth. Hence, Jacob's trouble, a time never seen before and never shall be seen again. This is going to be the most hell that the earth has ever gone through, that the people on the earth have ever gone through. You see? Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Verse 10, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Right? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and the wicked shall not be. Yeah, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. So the wicked in a very short time is going to be no more, pursuing to Obadiah 1:18. After they serve that 1,000 years of hardcore captivity, they're not going to exist no more. It ain't going to be no more Edomites on the earth. And that's thus saith the Lord. That's not what I'm saying. That's thus saith the Lord. Like, you can read it for yourself. All right? But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. And this abundance of peace is not going to come until the man of sin is taken out the way. You can't have peace on the earth right now because the wicked is in rulership. The wicked is in power. So all that you have on the earth is just mourning and suffering. All right? These devils talking about bringing a global famine. You see? This is what's getting ready to happen. And you got to prepare yourself for it. Like, listen, you have to hide yourself in the strong tower, which is the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. That's the only way that you're going to escape what's coming on this earth. Let's go to the next article that we can close out. This right here, dealing with this whole, Gaza, Israel, Palestine situation, right? The EU is divided because the truth has came out regarding, which we've been known, we've already known what this whole conflict was about when this thing first popped off. It was really about genociding the Palestinian people because they want the oil that's been found, off the shores of Gaza, and the small hats, they want to have access to those resources. They want to have access to those trade routes. You see? So their whole thing was, and this was all done in deceit and falsehood. They created the false boogeyman of Hamas, which is crazy because even now that they've been called out about the blatant genocide, now they're being called out like, yo, like y'all are straight up just slaughtering them people. Like for what? Hamas, like how many Hamas terrorists have you caught since this war has been going on since October 7th? Not one, right? But the enemy is so-called Hamas. No, the enemy is the Palestinian people, and people are seeing this blatant hypocrisy and just wickedness straight up, and they calling these small hats out. This is why now you're having EU nations, NATO nations saying, yo, we're gonna sanction Israel because what they doing, like, this isn't about terrorism. This is a genocide that's taking place. And if we continue to support Israel, mainly America is the one that's supporting Israel, but if we continue to back these small hats, then we're going to be assed out. We're going to have a serious problem on our hands. But yeah, this whole thing is about the oil, it's about the resources that Gaza, that land has to offer. And also them small hats, Netanyahu has openly said this, that he wants the small hats to control the whole of the so-called Middle East, which is really Western Asia. They want to take out Afghanistan. They want to take out Iran. They want to take out the Palestinians, the Jordanians. Like, they want to take out everybody and just control that whole region. But it's not gonna happen. See? Because ultimately what's gonna happen is the Lord, he gonna destroy them damn small hats out that land. And the least of the flock, which is Israel, is drawing out these other nations for this Valley of Yehoshaphat, for this World War III. But in the midst of this, you're having these EU nations calling for sanctions on Israel so that this fighting can stop. The European Union is considering placing Israel under sanctions unless it stops its military operations in the southern Gaza city of Rafah, Ireland's foreign minister has said. For the first time at an EU meeting in a real way, I've seen significant discussion on sanctions and what if. Michael Martin told Politico, he added that there is some distance between people articulating the need for a sanctions-based approach if Israel does not comply with the ICJ International Court of Justice ruling to agreement in the council meeting, given all of the different perspectives there. Israel was told to immediately halt its military offensive and any other action in Rafah Governorate, which may inflict on the Palestinian group in Gaza conditions of life that could bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. And the thing about it is that Netanyahu, he's having no mercy on them Palestinians. You know what I'm saying? Like as we speak, he's being brought up on all kind of war crimes. You know what I'm saying? Like all kind of wickedness that them small hats have been doing in that land. And mind you, they're really cowards because them Palestinians, they don't have the military, the technology to fight against them small hats. So what's happening is they pretty much just getting slaughtered. They really have no defense, you know. Iran has been outspoken, you know. Turkey, which is a NATO ally, they've been outspoken against Israel. So EU and NATO is completely divided, you know, which that's a fulfillment of Revelation 17 and 16, and we'll go there. Let's read a little bit more of this. What they're asking us is not to commit genocide in Rafah. We did not commit genocide, and we will not commit genocide. You see that? So these devils will get on the podium and openly lie. All right? They will openly lie, even though the whole world can see that genocide is what's taking place. This is the devil. This is the devil, man. You'll really get on a press conference and say, oh, we're not committing genocide. That's not what's going on. We're fighting terrorism. So according to you, the terrorists are the Palestinians. Elderly women, children, men, right? That, you know, by the way, you can't prove that they have connections to Hamas, but you're saying that they have connections to Hamas. Just because you say so, that's what it is. And that gives you justification to go up in there and genocide a whole nation of people, which, you know, this just shows you that this is what these Edomites have always done all around the earth. Whenever they've wanted a land or they've wanted resources, they've gone around and they've lied and said, oh, they're savages. Oh, they're bombing their own people. They're this and they're that. Which that's nothing more than projection, because that's what Esau does. See, that's what Esau does on a worldwide scale. But, oh, when he wants something from you, he has to make you the boogeyman. He has to demonize you so he can be justified to go in and do his wickedness. See, this is why this truth is so beautiful, because the Most High has revealed unto us the truth about all these things, about all of what's going on. See, we've been made free from the lies of the devil, man. Because, you know, you have Christians out here. They actually support Israel because they believe falsely that those are the Most High's chosen people. Which is this what the Most High's chosen people will be doing in the last days, going all around the earth and committing genocide, lying? Huh? Is that what's prophesied? No. But nonetheless, you know, these things are just getting worse day by day. On Tuesday, Spain and Ireland, as well as non-EU member Norway, are formally recognizing a Palestinian state. Pedro Sanchez, Prime Minister of Spain, described it as a, quote, historic decision that has a single goal, and that is to help Israelis and Palestinians achieve peace. And peace not going to come because the Lord don't want peace. The Lord wants war. All right? If there was to be peace, then biblical prophecy couldn't be fulfilled. This is why in that region, you've been seeing nothing but escalation. You've seen nothing die down. The Lord actually put the spirit on Netanyahu to be going on like how he's going on. Because ultimately what? This is going to lead to World War III in the valley of Jehoshaphat or Yehoshaphat, to where all these nations going to gather together so that the Lord can judge them all. This is actively what we see playing out in real time, right? And that's all we can get from the article. But let's go to Revelation 17 and 16. And then, Salakia, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. The whore is who? The whore is America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and the 10 horns are the NATO and EU nations. All right, it originally started out with 10 nations, but of course now it's grown, you know. But the 10 horns, NATO and the EU, which America is an extension of, came out of the old Roman Empire. All right, so this current beast system today is comprised of vassal states of the old Roman Empire. You see, when you go back into the history, like we've done lessons on it and give you the breakdown on the history of how that came about. This is what makes up the current beast system today. But the whore, which is America, Babylon the Great, rides the beast. So America is the head of this beast system. This is why when a war broke out between Russia and Ukraine, who gave the call for all of the NATO nations to stop trading with Russia? America. And guess what? The NATO and EU nations, they had to follow suit because America is the leader. America has the most military might of all NATO nations. The whore. You see? So they all got to listen to the beast. It's like it. They all got to listen to the whore. But what's happening now? These shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And this hatred is coming about. Why? Because of this whole Israel-Gaza situation. And even before that, America, the whore, blew up that Nord Stream pipeline, which was a major blow to the economies of their European allies. Okay? They were told to stop trading with Russia, even though Europe didn't have a problem with Russia, but because of Ukraine, they were made to forego their deals with Russia. And America blew up that Nord Stream pipeline because they figured more or less, well shit, if our allies, you know, Europe, the European nations, they have more in common with Russia than they do with America, because they was getting that cheap oil, getting that cheap gas directly from that pipeline. So that was a line of common interest between the European nations and Russia. So America figured, well, hey, if Russia will take care of Europe, then they gonna leave us, and you know, they gonna destroy us. But it's gonna happen anyway, because that's biblical prophecy. But you blowing up that Nord Stream pipeline, that only solidified more the hatred that your own allies have for you. All right, and as it's prophesied, the 10 horns, which is NATO and the EU, they're gonna hate America, and what? They're gonna burn her, make her desolate, and you know, eat her flesh, man. Which, how's this gonna happen? This is gonna happen by way of these NATO countries shooting ICBM nuclear missiles over to America and burning this whore up. This is what's about to go down, but you're seeing this division occur right before your very eyes. Okay, in former years, NATO and America were on one accord with everything. Now you're starting to see that there's fractions, right? They can't agree on anything. You have certain NATO members saying, we do recognize Palestinian statehood. Then you have others that are saying, no, we don't recognize. So there's no unity, which, if you want to know when a nation is about to collapse, just look at how disunified that they are. When they can't agree, that's to let you know that a nation is on its way out. Things run better when everyone can agree and everyone's on one accord. When you start to see that this person has this idea and, you know, no, we're going to do it this way, and nah, I don't like that, we're going to do it like this. When you start to see that, That's how you know that a collapse is coming, man. That people about to fall out and you know, hands about to be thrown, so to speak. All right? Let's go to Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. You see, Yahushua told the Pharisees straight up. But this is what we're seeing right now. We're seeing that this kingdom is divided. This beast system is divided. They're not on one accord. They can't agree. And this Israel situation is making it even worse. But what's going to happen? They're going to eventually be brought to desolation, destruction. See? Verse 26, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. Yeah, Esau divided even in their own house. Esau can't agree, man. How shall then his kingdom stand? You see that? So we're at the end of this wicked kingdom. Esau going down. They about to really destroy each other. But, you know, Yahushua is going to deliver the you know, final blow. But this World War III is coming. All right? Famine is coming. Wars in the streets is coming. Civil war. All right? All these things encompass the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai, and these things are at the door. So I'm going to go ahead and close out here. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And until next time, shalom to the elect, Kum Yasha'Allah, and a Bible ball.